Picture this. Your house is on fire and there's only time to save one thing. What do you save? Now, the funny thing is that whilst we'd all save different items from our homes, we would all invariably be saving the exact same thing. We would be saving a memory. For people with Alzheimer's disease, though, it's different. They don't get to choose which memory they'd save. They simply get to watch and hope that that memory survives a little longer. Now, most of you will already be somewhat familiar with Alzheimer's disease. Perhaps you know one of the 250,000 Australians currently diagnosed. Maybe you've heard that there are currently no effective treatments for the disease. Or maybe you even know of a small peptide called beta amyloid, or A-beta, which is thought to initiate the pathological changes in the brain. What you probably didn't know, however, was that subtle changes in beta amyloid, subtle changes in the brain, are already occurring some 20 years before a diagnosis can be made. That's 20 years before any memory impairments become readily apparent. Now, many of us will find this a terrifying notion, as it means that the silent destruction of our minds could be occurring in our 50s, our 40s, or maybe even our 30s. But rather than viewing this as a terrifying inevitability, I prefer to see these changes as providing us with a unique opportunity, a 20-year window in which to identify individuals at risk for Alzheimer's disease. And just how we identify these people is the focus of my research. So my work centres on the development of a predictive blood test for Alzheimer's disease. Now, a lot of work's already been done in this area, looking at A-beta levels in the blood, and to date it's had limited success. But I think I may have figured out why. You see, whilst these investigations spend a lot of time stringently optimising the analytical aspects of their investigations, they seem to have neglected the earlier pre-analytical components, such as how they collect the samples or how those samples are stored. Now, as it would happen, A-beta is an incredibly fragile peptide, which means that subtle variations in these early stages, such as changing tube type or changing storage temperatures, can significantly alter the levels of A-beta we can see in the blood. So I'm currently working to optimise these pre-analytical stages before I begin an assessment of blood A-beta levels in a cohort of over 1,000 participants. It is hoped that by more rigorously controlling these early stages, we'll be better able to identify those individuals at risk and potentially even initiate preventative treatments which enable us to delay or maybe even avert a diagnosis of Alzheimer's from being made. So then one day maybe I can stand here and say, picture this. The fire's been averted and your memories are now safe. Thank you.